Во-первых, привет всем. Очень рада вас видеть. К сожалению, не получилось быть физически с вами, но я надеюсь, что доклад от этого не пострадает. Мой доклад будет на английском, как Роман уже сказал. К сожалению, я не смогла найти аналогов всех терминов, которые мы используем, но я надеюсь, что мы сможем обсудить потом любые вопросы, которые возникнут. Поскольку не смогу участвовать в дискуссиях, я оставляю все свои контакты и прошу вас, если у вас есть какие-то вопросы, пожалуйста, пишите мне, я попытаюсь на них всех ответить. И сегодня я с вами поделюсь своим опытом о том, как мы преобразовывали структуру команды и лидеров в Spotify, и как это произошло, и на что мы опирались, когда мы это делали. Я вам расскажу немножко о том, кто я, откуда я взялась и что я делала в своей жизни пока. Расскажу о том, как команды, организованные в Spotify, были организованы в течение времени и организованы сейчас. Я немножко раскрою тему того, как мы пытаемся сохранить нашу культуру и ценности во время гиперроста. И я расскажу, почему мы сделали эксперимент в моем трайбе и переместились от позиции чаптер-лидов в инженерных менеджеров. У нас также будет немножко секция о ваших вопросах, но если у вас возникают какие-либо вопросы в течение доклада, пожалуйста, останавливайте меня. Мне кажется, Роман должен помочь мне с этим, и я попытаюсь ответить, если какие-то вопросы возникают во время слайда. So now I'm going to switch to English, and I'm going to start talking about who am I and what I'm doing. So my name is Yulia. I'm originally from Belarus. From the time when I was a kid, I wanted to be a ballet dancer, but my parents told me that I need to study math and physics. And that's how I ended up in Belarusian State University of Informatics and Radio Electronics. I studied computer science in economics. And then on the 4th grade, I got job offer from IBM. So I got exposed to lots of American culture and monolithical companies. I was working there as a developer, and then I applied for a position in Spotify and got a position there in Stockholm office as a quality engineer first, and then switched to data engineering. Over my 4 years in Spotify, I was working, as I said, connected with the quality, data engineering, and then switched to delivery lead position, which was my first attempt to try leadership. And then 1 year ago, I was poked by another tribe to try out a new role in Spotify called engineering manager. And this talk is about how did engineering manager came up in Spotify. So now I'm going to try to cover a little bit very specific terms that we use in Spotify. You can see the glossary on the screen. And I would say that the terms that I'm going to talk about is what everyone is calling Spotify model or Spotify organizational model. It was originally invented in Spotify by a group of agile people, but then has been adopted by lots of young startups. So the lowest level in Spotify is called Squad. Squad is a tight cross-functional group of people who work together day to day to achieve a defined mission. And in our structure, squads are the heart of organizations. So we believe that the small autonomous teams, similar to startups, can boost development and bring as many experimentation as possible to the company. Second level, or this is a previous organizational term called chapter, is a group of people who share the same core skill and manager, usually distributed over several squads. So chapters are standing above the team level. They combine several people from different squads, and they are mainly boost their people growth and development as engineers. On top of that, we have tribes. Tribes is a large group of approximately 30 to 150 people working together on a software engineering mission. Tribes usually consist of several squads. The size of tribes differs from different parts of organization. The smallest tribe I've seen so far is around 3 squads. The biggest one is around 15. Several tribes can then align into aliases. Aliases is a collection of tribes working on the company core mission. So, for example, we can have a mission called revenue mission, which means that we would like to bring our revenue by 5% during 2015. So several tribes, they connect together in order to be coupled and be more productive and ensure that their collaboration brings achievement of that measurable goal. On top of aliases, we have missions. Missions is a level where groups of tribes or aliases are combined together, and they are usually very close to the customer, and they are working on particular phase of our product. So one of the examples will be consumer mission. What does it mean? Consumer mission is a combination of different tribes that are working on ensuring that our core client works as is it supposed to be, and we provide the best possible experience to our customers. So a few weeks ago, we did another one rework, and we introduced a new term called business unit. So business unit currently in Spotify is the highest organizational level, and this level is supported by metrics. And the reason why we did that is because we want to be as objective, key result driven and metric driven as possible. And we believe that every business unit needs to have a support function of data that can be used in order to make our decisions. So business unit will be alias of mission plus support data function. And the last one term is a guild. So guild is a combination of several people from different parts of organization that can appear simultaneously based on the needs, and usually align people with a similar level of interest and similar knowledge of interest. So in Spotify, we have C++ guilds or Java guilds or web development guilds or front-end guilds or back-end guilds. And this is usually organized either by engineers when they need to have some bouncing of ideas or just discussion clubs, or it can be driven by tribe in order to ensure that we have a healthy tech stack and we are aligned with other tribes in terms of what we are doing day to day. Is everything clear in terms of definitions?
Да, все хорошо.
Perfect. So on the next slide, you can see my visualization of all the terms being put into one particular organizational unit. So as an example, I took revenue mission. And revenue mission is boosted by our finance department. And combination of finance department and revenue mission gives us a business unit that can be driven by metrics aligned by finance analytical department. And free revenue stream and premium revenue stream should be aligned by the guidance of them. So alias is a red square there, which aligns two different parts of our revenue streams. So Spotify is a free subscription business, and all the money that is coming from that area is based on the ads. Which one we have a free revenue mission, and another one is a premium one, which is paid subscription. So all those missions, they include several tribes that are working on different parts of technical missions. So for example, in a premium, you can see Iron Bank. And in Spotify, we are trying to use as playful names as possible. So Iron Bank is a tribe that is responsible for payments. So whenever you are trying to subscribe for the product, payment is what they are responsible for. And several areas of our org structure are aligned into product areas as well. And on this picture, product area is actually the same as business unit, but that term can merge and differ depending on what you're working for and depending on what's your needs. So, and I must say that this structure has been used by Spotify for quite a long time. And the first year I joined in Spotify, the amount of people there were around 600. And currently our employees are around 4,135 in cross offices, and we have 3 development hubs in New York, Stockholm, and London. And I would like to talk now about we ensure that our autonomous teams are actually working as a design to be in Spotify. So if you remember on my slide about our core terms, I said that our lowest and the most important level in the company is a squad. So all the squads are boosted by being autonomous. And autonomous squads are... Роман, можно, пожалуйста, переключить слайд? Да, спасибо. All the squads are boosted by autonomous approach. It means that decisions about technical aspects, they are always accepted by team. And no one can influence their decision until all the team is convinced that it's a better decision if it was before. So how do we ensure that it's working? Before we had the chapter leads that were managing people from different squads in one tribes. That were giving us a possibility to boost the ideas in one chapter for people that are from different squads. So if I am working in squad A and squad B has ever performed similar technical overview of a problem, in my guild or chapter, I would love to bring it up, and that would give us this circulation of knowledge. Then we would have an agile coaches that will empower agile processes in the squads. And I know it might sound boring, and some people have very strong opinions about agile coaches now. And Spotify is currently moving on a non-agile coach environment. But in the period of hypergrowth, where we hired so many people, that was very good decision to ensure that everyone is aligned on how our processes work. Then we have a very interesting role called technical owners. So technical owners are usually sitting inside the squads, and they are responsible for driving a technical solution and ensuring that all the technical aspects of the squads are followed up and discussed as it should be on day-to-day basis. Then we have leadership that drives direction, and mission leads that drive the business process. And this is the visualization. I hope that you can see how chapters are standing above of the squads, how every technical owner is aligned and have some part of the squad activity. And on top of that, you can see agile coach, product lead, and mission lead who are driving the business strategy. And now I'm gonna come to the problem that we were seeing in 2017. When in the beginning of 2017, we had 17.2% of technical managers in Spotify. And in the end of 2017, we only saw 14, which means that in 1 year, we basically lost 3.2%, which is huge for Spotify and brought us lots of confusion and thoughts on what is going on. Why do we lose our technical owners? And why do we lose our technical leadership? And what is happening that they are not part of our company anymore? We started to dig deeper into data, and we realized that around 30% were leaving the company, and around 70% became developers again. So we conducted some survey around our technical owners that gave us an understanding of what's happening and what are the problems that we can address. And the driver of that survey was the tribe that I'm working right now. It's called SDK. And I think the reason why they were first one in the chain of digging into this problem is because they lost 5 chapter leads in 3 months and 1 tribe lead as well. So that was a very alarming situation that we started to understand better now. So the problems that we figure out based on that survey that I was talking about is that current metrics or aka Spotify model is not optimal for what we are in, and we cannot deliver at speed. We have lack of clear and effective squad level counterparts to the product managers, which tend product managers to get more and more day-to-day squad stuff. And instead of chapter leads being driving the management and day-to-day business, that function gradually switching to product owners. So product owners start to not do a discovery work of their responsibilities, but instead are getting into chapter lead position. Chapter leads are often not very active in direct reports, and they have lack of understanding of what's their direct behavior, and they cannot give them a clear behavioral examples that can change direction of development plan of every engineer. There is no expectations on the growth of chapter leads either. So based on the data that we figure out, there was only 1 chapter lead who became a tribe lead. And there were no interest over 3 years of internal chapter leads becoming a tribe lead. So chapter leads were feeling very uncomfortable and didn't know where to grow and what to do. Then we figure out that there is a problem of collaborative management. So chapter leads felt very alone in their organization. They didn't have any directs or peers to work with. They were standing as an autonomous level on top of squads and kind of felt taken over from organization and didn't know who are their peers at all. And the most important aspect that we figure out was about aligning of autonomy with company strategy. Having boosted autonomous squads and bringing the direction of the business that can drive a development and focus on correct figures is very difficult. And lots of chapter leads felt that their squads are not performing on it at all. So what has happened is we conducted this experiment in the tribe and changed the structure in order to address all these issues. So chapter leads has been changed to engineering managers. Engineering manager is a term that has been invented in Netflix organizational structure and has been adopted by Spotify now. And the difference between chapter leads and engineering managers is that EMs are sitting inside the squads and can provide very grounded technical and behavioral feedback for all the people who are working with them. We put the function of driving all the technical metrics on EMs as well. That gave us that gave them understanding of ownership of technical systems and control over their reactive behavior on the problems. But together with that, we still wanted to keep the engineers as protected as possible without any micromanaging or direction from their managers. So that has been performed through the collaborative leadership, where all engineering managers, based on the metrics and the feedback we collect from our engineers, discuss in like open table format what should be the particular decision on the problem addressed by this engineer. So we use different toolbox for that. One of them is Office Vibe, or Office Vibe is a tool that sends particular questions that address health, org health, or tech health to engineers and provide overview report based on the metrics to managers. And one else toolbox for that is one-on-one conversations or any day-to-day retros, stand-ups, etc., etc. So another change that we did is we switched organizational health from product side to engineering managers. That was a huge problem for product area because they felt that they are doing way too much and they are way too inside the squads. And they wanted to be as outside as possible in order to do the discovery of the product. Another one thing is that we changed is we agreed that every tribe lead will grow an interim tribe lead to give all the engineering managers understanding of how is to be the highest leadership level in the tribe. Over the last year, myself, I've been tribe lead for 2 months. So I had the chance to manage around 100 people while my tribe lead was on vacation. And I can definitely say that it's very challenging and it gives you a huge perspective of ownership, responsibilities, and understanding of where you should put more effort in your development plan if you want to grow as a leader. The most important thing that we created is we created our collaborative engineering management forum, which consists of 5 engineering managers right now, where we all gather on a regular basis. We have our mob programming sessions together where we go through backlog of all the initiatives that we want to drive. We align on our expectations of where we see our tribe going forward. We discuss what forums and functions we need to put more attention or drive less. And this gives understanding that we belong to something and that we are moving to correct direction that's accepted by your peers. Yes, and this is the visualization of the new org model that we created. So you can see here that you inside the squad, you have this pushing power of product manager and engineering manager. The biggest benefit of that is you can have a healthy discussion of how to align tech debt and feature requests. Product managers will always come to you and say, develop more. And you as engineering manager, you try to protect your team and you say, no, I want to put more attention into my infrastructure now, or I want to spend more time on the quality. I want to use more integration tests. I have new product that is somewhere on the market that will allow us to be 3% faster. And in that healthy clash with the product owner, you decide the most optimal agenda for your squad for upcoming 3 months, which is driven by metrics. So as you can see, we still have one squad with technical owner, and this is the corner case that can happen in the teams. If a team that has been in a huge hypergrowth generated a lot of technical debt, and engineering manager cannot have a full understanding of system overview. So this is what happened in my tribe. We have a team called Embedded that has been working on embedded clients for cars and smartwatches. And unfortunately, over the time, they generated such a huge pile of tech debt and monolith system that the engineering manager that joined the team 1 year ago just couldn't get a grasp of what's going on. And we kept the technical owner there as a technical help for EM. Any questions so far?
Да. Сейчас, погоди секунду, микрофон, чтобы Юля тебя услышала.
Да, здравствуйте. Вопрос по поводу agile коучей. Они там указаны 2 agile коуча на одного трайблида. То есть они разве не к команде относятся? Почему трайблид, почему их 2? И вроде вы отходите, вы ранее сказали, что отходите от agile коучинг. Спасибо.
Да, это такая самая последняя секретная информация. Раньше, где-то 3-4 года назад, у нас был один agile коуч в каждой команде. Потом мы поняли, что это не приносит такого ауткама, который мы ожидаем. Поэтому мы вывели всех agile коучей из уровня команды на уровень трайба. Мы сократили количество agile коучей до 1-2 на каждый трайб, в зависимости от того, как трайб хочет это делать. И мы попросили agile коучей более фокусироваться на уровень leadership, который управляет трайбом, чем на команду. И последние новости, которые я получила, это то, что мы уходим от agile коучей вообще. Некоторые трайбы, они попросили их оставить еще на год, но мы, скорее всего, избавимся... Нет, это очень плохое слово. Их больше не будет в нашей организационной структуре. Еще вопросы?
Сейчас, да, Юля, еще один.
А вот эксперимент, пример которого вы приводили, сколько его вот координация заняла астрономические, то есть вот сложная, многоходовая, и сколько там было, ну, по встречам, скажем так, требующим больше 3 человек, то есть большим?
Хороший вопрос. Мы провели сначала опрос в нашем трайбе. Команды, которые участвовали в этом всем, они как бы были людьми, которые этот вопрос поднимали, и мы хотели услышать их первыми. Поэтому изначально опросник, он отправлялся инженерам, а потом мы отправили этот опросник 90% нашего технического управления. За исключением наших CTO, CFO, CEO и кто там еще, не помню я. Ответ мы получили от где-то 67%, от 90% всего управления. И в нашем трайбе мы получили 100% ответ. В течение времени, которое это заняло на получение данных, где-то месяц, и сама перестройка структуры заняла где-то 3 месяца.
Давайте последний вопрос и пойдем. Потом в конце вернемся, еще позадаем вопросы.
Добрый день. Юля, здравствуйте. Да, спасибо за доклад.
Еще
Такой
не
вопрос.
закончился. Еще будет продолжение.
Да, такой вопрос, вот, не знаю, для меня самый главный. А как же плоская структура и самоорганизующиеся команды? И вообще agile наш
Ой,
любимый.
ну вы прямо бьете
Конечно,
сердце
смотрите,
мое.
собственно, чаптер-лиды — это хорошая история, да, но чаптеры большие, и поэтому вот у нас, например, да, technical leadership развито, это люди в чаптере, которые тоже лиды, их может быть несколько, да, но это не менеджеры в каждой продуктовой команде, ну или там даже в каждом скводе. И здесь вопрос, то есть, окей, продукт-менеджер, причем, кстати, не продукт-оунер почему-то, а именно менеджер, и technical менеджер, меня вообще это очень сильно смущает. То есть вот эти ребята, 6 улыбающихся людей в скводе А, в скводе Б, и ими все-таки менеджит кто-то. Вот.
Это вообще обсуждение, наверное, на часы, если мы когда-то вернемся к этому. Я надеюсь, что вернемся. Но самый большой... И они были над техническими решениями, то есть команда, она принимала решения сама, они все были счастливы, и все как бы хорошо, когда это стартап, но это не скейлится. И когда ты выходишь на рынок, и ты становишься IPO-компанией, ты должен двигать свою компанию с учетом метрик и с учетом твоего роста как компании. То есть мы используем monthly active users, ты должен следить за профитом, ты должен следить за всеми метриками и как можно больше успокаивать твоих инвесторов, что у тебя все хорошо. И что мы увидели, что предыдущая структура этого не делала, к сожалению. И люди, и технические оноры, и продуктовые оноры, они больше тянули одеяло на себя, и они не пытались приоритизацию тасков делать в масштабе компании. Это было намного больше в масштабе команды. Я надеюсь, что я ответила на вопрос. Мне говорят, что у меня уже мало времени осталось, но, пожалуйста, давайте поговорим с вами в социальных сетях, и я попытаюсь открыть и рассказать эту тему, насколько я могу. So coming back to what I was talking about. So in the very end, the key to success is only engineers. And we saw, together with that survey that I was talking about, we saw that our engineers are not happy. Our eNPS scores were very, very low. eNPS is a term that we are using on how our engineers belong to the company. And we decided that the change of structure should actually bring all our values and everything that we are doing back into the squads. So this is our growth that we experienced in 2017. So in 1 year, we hired 40% of employees, which brings us additional problems of how do we actually align our new hires with engineers that has been working for a long, long time. And we are doing that through applying our internal cultural values. So on this slide, you can see that we have 5 different values. First one is playful, and it might sound not very serious, but I think that it's one of the most serious values that we drive. We have this approach of driving hack days, hack weeks, that boosts experiments and discovery of the product. We are trying to be as playful in our office by creating an environment of this playground. Unfortunately, I didn't bring my photos, but I should do it tomorrow to show you our office. We are inviting lots of music bands to play on after works so that people can get closer to artists and music. And that actually helps people to be more happy at work. And the research and data that we collect shows that it's one of the most important stuff, being playful at Spotify, that brings employees in our environment. The second value is sincere. So we believe that the best relationships are based on mutual trust and respect. And we want to be fair and transparent in everything we do. We don't want to micromanage, and we want to trust each other. Third value is collaborative. So collaborative in this aspect means that we believe that Spotify is only stronger together. So collaboration needs to happen not just on the level of engineers in the team. It needs to happen on engineers in the tribes, leaders of different tribes, different layers organization, and everyone should feel that they're included and they are part of the family. The fourth value is passionate. So we try to drive a passionate environment at work where people can be open about their problems and they are not afraid to fail. We support quick fails that we can have quick lessons learned, stand up and apply those lessons learned on something else. And the last one is innovative. Now, in the end, Spotify is a tech company, so innovation is one of our core values. So the organizational switch that we did allow us to apply all these values much faster in our squads. And now I wanted to cover a little bit, I think tomorrow I'm gonna go a little bit more deeper into details about diversity inclusion, but this is very important topic of Spotify and overall the environment that is happening in IT world right now. With this hyper growth, we need to ensure that our hires are the best one in the world. So we apply different techniques such as diversity, inclusion, and well-being to our employees. And diversity is to create a diverse pipeline in hiring. Inclusion is to ensure that we have inclusive environment where every individual feels heard and they are not afraid to ask their question or show their culture or be themselves. And the last one is a well-being. So this one particular is a very Swedish aspect, and it includes work-life balance. So I can tell you my first development talk was mostly about me doing extra hours at work and how my team felt about that. I came from IBM, very Americanized culture, and I was doing quite a lot of extra hours to understand what's the system look like and what's happening. And my manager directly told me, I don't allow you to do that because people who are sitting close to you, they apply your example of destructive behavior and they feel uncomfortable. And I think that Sweden and Spotify is fighting for doing this as much as possible. Unfortunately, now we have lots of influence of US office and working around the ocean. But I think we're still pretty okay there. And the last slide that I have for today is key takeaways that I put out of my talk. So the first one, make leaders accountable. Give them metrics that they can drive and they will be happy. Grow your leaders. Give them the path of how they can improve themselves and grow in their career. Ensure to keep the culture no matter what. Culture is the basis of everything we do, and culture is the basis of driving boost of communication. Situational feedback for developers is very, very important, and that's what makes them grow. And autonomy boosts development. I think that might bring lots of conversation as well, but that's what we've seen so far in Spotify. And technical ownership and guidance should be part of responsibility of the leaders without any micromanaging. And that was my last slide. You can see my details here. I'm open to if there is any time for any questions right now. But if not, I'm available on all those social networking.
Ура! Спасибо, Юль.
Спасибо большое.
Юля, привет. Спасибо за доклад. Можно вопрос, вот как у вас устроен кодошаринг в командах? Ну, если оунерство над кодом какое-то, как шарится знание между сквадами, потому как архитектурный компонент должен быть устроен или тот или иной сервис? Вот такое.
Spotify вообще аутсорсный продукт, поэтому в командах мы шарим разными техниками, то есть у нас pair programming, либо mob programming. Моббинг был очень большим движением в последний год у нас в конторе вообще. Люди очень скептично к нему относятся, особенно интроверты, но это приносит свои плоды в плане того, как технический ноллинг шарится. Между командами у нас есть демо и презентации, то есть каждую неделю мы показываем, что мы достигли в течение недели. У нас еще есть чек-ин, где мы проводим все линки на GitHub, и кто хочет, может проверить, заревьюить PR, либо поучаствовать в девелопменте, если кому-то это интересно. И у нас еще есть большие презентации на уровне Mission, где разные трайбы, они рассказывают о самых больших development achievements, которые у них были в течение последнего месяца.
Окей, Юль, спасибо еще раз большое. Вот, до завтра тогда. Увидимся, услышимся.
Спасибо огромное. Всем хорошего дня. Пока-пока.